Hi everybody. I am making a few envelopes. I was actually making them because I have a bunch of little 4x4 note cards I made. Some of them I made with my advent calendar. And I wanted to do a super quick tutorial on how to make envelopes with your envelope punch, or I now have the 1-2-3 punch board. It's really simple, but I know when you're first trying to figure it out, it can be confusing. And a lot of you may already know how to do this if you have one of these. But anyway, so they have this guide over here. I'm only going to do envelopes. I'm not going to worry about boxes or bows right now. I don't really like the bows this thing makes, but anywho. So for just an A2 card, which is our 4 1/4 by 5.5 card, you need a piece of paper that's an 8.5 inch square. And I think these just make square envelopes. You don't get like, I don't think they do rectangular, but it's been a while since I've used it. I took some paper. This is a paper pad I got at Michael's, I think I got it in 2019. And I've used a bunch of paper. It was a huge pad, and there's still a bunch of paper in here. But anyway, so I'm going to cut down a piece to 8.5 inch square. And if any of you use your envelope maker, if you have one, let me know. If you find it confusing, let me know. And the first thing, and of course you can't score, this is thin paper. It is not cardstock. So you just have to be careful with your bone folder that you don't press too hard when it's a thinner paper. Now it will tell you to line it up with 3 5/8. So, and they have it right here, the 5/8. That is the only time you're going to use that measurement. And you have your slot right here. And that's where you just slide this across. The only time you use that measurement is on the very first score, punch and score. After that, you just line up that line with, there's a slot right here. You can see slot here, slot over here. So you just, I put it on the outside edge and then punch. That's the one thing I forget. And then just score. Same thing every time you turn it. Just line it up the same way here. I will say one thing about my punch board. It tends not to cut very, very well. And that's it. And then you have your little envelope template to fold. So we're going to set that aside. And that does do a rectangle too. I couldn't remember. And you just fold the short sides in. And you fold this up. Now you can glue it or you can use double-sided tape if you want to take out your paper cutter and, you know, just cut that straight across, you can. Doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to do it just to show you. Just take a tiny bit off of the tip there. So it looks more like a finished envelope you would buy. And you can do this where the pattern is on the outside. Or if that's too busy, you don't want to fool with a label. You can put it on the inside and then it looks more like a lined envelope, which I think is a really pretty look. It also is sort of like a security envelope. And that's all there is to it. Put all my little punches over there. And if I'm using cardstock, like a heavier weight, I will, oh no, we're good. You have to be careful how far you put your adhesive up because you don't want to glue it together. But anyway, heavier weight cardstock, you might want a little more oomph in your gluing it down, and you could use double-sided tape, and I would put just a little bit of liquid adhesive on it as well. And there is your envelope. It's just that easy. Whatever size card you want to do. I did notice one thing. So this is just for a little 4-inch square card. I also have the mini envelope maker because I wanted to do some tiny envelopes, like to put on cards for an embellishment. Well, I noticed the mini envelope maker, I think 4x4 is the biggest size envelope it does, and it tells you to it's a different size paper. It is, well, I've got it right down here, a 6 1/4 inch piece of paper, and you score it. That first score is at 3 1/8. But it's a different size if you use your bigger envelope maker. It's a 7-inch square piece of paper. That is scored at 3 1/2. It's weird. So anyway, I'll tell you, I'm going to do one more just because I actually have a piece of paper cut already. Just to repeat it one time. So you score that very first time. The only time you use the measurement that's on the guide. So it's 3 5/8. And you punch, oops, Help if I score it too, huh? Sorry, there is another little slot in here, a small one that you use that for. I don't know, something else. Box card or something. And this pattern is so busy, it probably would have been better to use the white side, but we're good. I want to hurry this along because Elizabeth Costa Rogers is going live here shortly. I rushed home from work, threw something in the oven, ate, and this is sort of a last minute video. I figured if I was making envelopes, why not go ahead and do a little demo. And see, it's so easy. I forget what I did with my first envelope maker was just an envelope maker. Oh, poo, I cut that too short. But you know, that's okay. It's still going to work. Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to make that the top. Anyway, the first one I got was at Tuesday morning on sale. So, you know, that's been a long time ago. I boo-booed, so we're just going to make it like that. I think that's not wanting to stick. Why are you not sticking? Anyway, and it's fun to me to sometimes make an envelope just so you can say you did it. So there you have it. It's so simple, but when you first start, it can be really confusing about cutting and measuring and, you know, where to score. So I hope this was helpful for somebody, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.